All right, so let's start our next unit on visual rhetoric. And so this unit, it's much shorter because we're at the end of the semester. We're getting to the end of the semester. So as I told you before, you are using your Change My Mind paper. You're going to pull the most important information out of that, things that you think are the most important, and you're going to produce that in a form of visual rhetoric, in the form of an infographic. So if you think about, the election, for example, in the past few weeks. So maybe you got on, say you got on CNN and you wanted to know, okay, well, what states were done counting, what states were red, what states were blue, which ones were left, what percentages do they have, all of that. So if you did that, you could come up probably, I mean, yes, you'd have videos and stuff, but you might have an article that was probably, if it's for each state, then probably several pages long, right? Just text, okay? So you could go through and read that. Or they probably also have a map of the country in different colors, which states are red, which states are blue. It probably has a little legend with some stripes maybe showing which states flipped. You probably see some little percentages in there, maybe numbers to show the electoral counts. Probably have a few of those things. So which one would be the faster way for you to obtain that information? Probably the image, right, of the map and all of that with the different colors. So you are doing a similar thing. In that example, the authors pulled the most important information out of that article. So they're like, okay, what is the most important information that the people who are coming to this article that want this information, what are the biggest things that are the most important things that they need to know? And then they are like, okay, this is how we're going to display it using these colors and, stripes or whatever, and putting this information on there. They might not have every single piece of information that is in the article itself, that if you read the several pages or whatever, but you have what the authors thought would be the most important information to convey to the reader. That's exactly what you are going to do with this new project. You are going to figure out, okay, out of your persuasive paper that you wrote, what is the most important information? Like what things are you just like, oh man, that's like super solid evidence. Man, that like really packs the punch. And no one can argue with that fact. There you go. Anything like that. You pick, if I think I said 4 to 5 on your instructions, like 4 to 5 pieces of evidence, and you will reproduce that into an infographic. With that, I have a little learning module, a learning module for you guys on visual rhetoric. So that way you can learn how to produce that kind of thing well. What kinds of fonts work? What kind of colors work? Using pictures. How much text do I actually have to write? Can I put things in graph form? All of those things are fair game with visual rhetoric and with an infographic. Guess what? There's no MLA in infographics. That's pretty cool, right? You do have to have your citations in there, but you can just copy and paste them into like the footer, and you can make them really small on your infographic. So, but as far as like MLA header, blah, 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 you don't have to do that with this. You do have to cite sources. So that is pretty much an always thing. But infographics are fun. They are things like this are actually a part of composition and a part of rhetoric, and people don't realize it a lot. You think it's just writing essays all the time. And it's not. It is also, if you think about like print ads or commercials, even designing websites, all of that is stuff that I learned how to do in my master's program studying rhetoric and writing. So it is very much a part of it. And I probably like that way more than writing papers. Figuring out fonts and designing logos. If that is your thing, then let me know and I can kind of give you some guidance on maybe schools to look at and programs and everything. But I told you guys at the beginning of the semester about Canva. Some of you guys got on, some of you did not. If you did not, I am reposting the link for you because you will need Canva for making your infographics. And it's easy peasy to use if you've not used it before. But work through your visual rhetoric learning module. I've also posted information about your portfolio, which is your final exam. So I've posted some information for you guys to go through with that. And I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I hope if you don't enjoy writing, which I know, a lot of people don't, and at least I hope that this will kind of give you some variety in terms of rhetoric and composition. So, maybe there is something that you'll find in terms of my world of things in rhetoric and writing that you enjoy. And as far as the portfolio goes, that is also kind of more of a creative thing as you are, because it is making a website. I do have instructions for you with that, so don't fret. And it's a Google Sites, which are very easy to put together. It's just like a little plug and play kind of thing. So no HTML or coding information required. But that's all I have for you guys. If you have questions, you know the drill. I can meet with you on Zoom and I can, email back and forth if you need help, if you get confused, anything like that, please let me know.